flavored. Okay, so we're recording. So tonight we are going to talk mainly about Immupro, and then we're also going to talk a little bit about Essentialzymes-4 if we get the chance. That was something that was not in the wellness kit, but I wanted to put it in the wellness kit, but it was out of stock. So we're going to talk a little bit about that in a second. But first, Immupro. So y'all have kind of heard me talk through the email about Immupro. I don't like the taste of Immupro. I will take it because it works, but to me it tastes like strawberry alfalfa. So, like, make whatever you want of that statement. I don't know, Michael, I'm gonna let you have it and you tell me what you think about Immupro.
Well, I mean, the taste doesn't really bother me, to be honest. It just has to me, it just has like a strawberry flavor. I mean, that's pretty much what I think of it. I don't know if a lot of people have tried them, but those Flintstone vitamins, it kind of reminds me of that, but I don't think the taste is as bad as that.
Oh yeah, Flintstone vitamins. I forgot about those.
Yeah, that's what it kind of reminds me of, like the texture, and when you bite it, that's what it reminds me of. But it doesn't taste like that because I know a lot of people don't like that.
See, I'm the opposite. I loved my Flintstone vitamins. That's funny.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it kind of reminds me of. Now, as far as using it, I know I've used it when, like, I felt sick or gotten sick. That way, like, my body could rejuvenate and boost my immune while I'm sleeping, because it has that melatonin, which when you're sick, you need that rest for your body to get over on what it's trying to fight. So that's basically when I've used it. I don't use it all the time. I just mostly use it when I'm sick or got something. I know I used it every day when I had COVID. So that kind of helped me with dealing with that. Even though my symptoms were minor, I took that, and like I said, it helped me get a good night's rest because it has the melatonin in it. And like I said, I just feel like it helps rejuvenate your immune system, gets it back into the groove. That way you're able to fight off whatever sickness you have.
Yes. Thank you for sharing. Yes, 80% of our immune system gets repaired while we're sleeping. So that's why sleep is super duper important. So even though it's called Immupro, some people think, oh, it's just for your immune system, can take it during the day. It's actually supposed to be taken at nighttime because of the melatonin that's in there. And this is a plant-based melatonin, all completely natural. So you could take this every single night if you wanted to. It's non-habit forming. You can take just one or you can take two. I think I wrote this in the email that my husband's a manager for Cintas, which is a uniform company in San Antonio. He was under a lot of stress, and then he also had like a pulled muscle in his neck. He was just a pain in the neck is what I told him. You're a pain in the neck, because that's what he had, a pain in the neck. And so anyway, so he couldn't sleep very well, and I had given him 2 Immupro, and he conked out. So I don't know. What about Cindy? Do you want to say your experiences with Immupro, what you think of Immupro?
Can you hear me, Dan?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Kind of along the same lines. I mean, I don't take it all the time. I know even like last year with all this craziness in the world, I know that it kept going out of stock.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like dividing it in half and just to let it stretch. And yeah, it does help with the sleep because of the melatonin. And I kind of used it more of, I know it kind of rejuvenates your body, but I was kind of using it more of kind of like the immunity side of it. Because I know in a few days we're going to talk about something else, which is that inner defense. If that's the one, you know, anyway, I don't want to talk about that too much, but the immunity, the Immupro, yeah, that I would use it, like I said, more just kind of in my mind was more like a defense. But then also with sleep, when I was having trouble sleeping, it was kind of a 2-in-1 kind of thing. I would give it to the kids too, kind of just to kind of a boost for immunity, but to help them sleep as well. So again, and it's like, you know, it hasn't, we don't do it all the time, every so often or as needed, or because we do so many other supplements. And again, because of the availability of it, I try to make sure I have enough on hand when needed, but then kind of use it wisely as well.
Yes, and so mostly all of our supplements have essential oils with them, which means that it increases the bioavailability of them. So the essential oils, and this is a science lesson, super quick. My major in college was biomedical science, so I love all the science behind everything. So our supplements have essential oils with them, so it increases the bioavailability from about 30% to about 86%. In other words, you're not just peeing it out. Even some of the most expensive supplements, like we were getting before Young Living, like I thought they were the best, you know, they're expensive, blah, blah, blah. Oh my gosh. And then when you learn about the science, because the essential oils are so small molecularly that the nutrient, whatever it is, attaches onto those super small molecules, and they're able to go into the majority of our cells in our body, carrying that nutrient with it. So anyway, we love Immupro. And in fact, one of our Young Living leaders, who's been doing Young Living for about 14 years, she was showing us what she got in her monthly box. And this is all optional, the monthly thing. I do subscribe to Save, which is a monthly thing. Michael and Cindy do. Sarah also does. Chelsea does. Susan does. Many people on here do. Just because you get the points back each month, you're able to spend them on other things. You earn free oils and all kinds of perks. Anyway, so our Young Living leader, who's been doing Young Living for over 14 years, when she was showing us what she picked for her monthly box, it was like 4 or 5 Immupros in there. I was like, whoa, like that really like opened my eyes up to know, oh my gosh, like I got to grab that, you know? And so since then, we've been trying to keep it in stock because it always goes out of stock. And that's something else with Young Living is, if it goes out of stock, you're just going to have to wait for, you know, the plants to come back. They're not just going to put something together and shove it on the shelf. Like if something goes out of stock, we just have to wait until nature is able to bring it back. So this is one of the items that tends to go out of stock a whole bunch. So I'm going to open this up to Sarah. Do you have any experiences with Immupro that you would like to share?
Diane, I actually don't. Actually, that's why I was here, because I want to learn all about this one.
Yay, good. So yeah, so you can take 1 at night or you can take 2 at night. The serving size is 1 and it has 4.2 milligrams of natural melatonin. So many people just take 1 and they conk out. You can even divide it and give some to your kiddos. Even if you have little kiddos, you could divide it into 4ths and give each little kid a little chewable. So that's completely safe to do. Chelsea, do you have any experiences with Immupro? Oh, Chelsea says she does not. Okay, so she's on here listening. And Susan, do you have any experiences with Immupro?
Hi, everybody. Yes, I do actually. I'm on my 3rd bottle now.
Wow.
And yay! I take it about 30 minutes before I'm ready to retire for the night. And I'm telling you, when I used to struggle with going to sleep and staying asleep. And this has really helped me to be able to just sleep through the night, basically. And I wake up feeling refreshed. And I'm sold on it. So I'm on my third bottle because I'm pretty new, but yes, I really highly recommend it. And as Diane had once pointed out, and I'm late joining the call, so I might not have heard this, it's chewable and it has a very distinct taste. Diane, maybe you could share that.
Yeah, I had mentioned that to me it tastes like strawberry alfalfa.
Yes, yes, that's the
I don't
one.
know how else to describe it. But then Michael said that it tastes like Flintstone tablets, and I love the Flintstone tablets. So maybe I think it's in my head. I need to like mindset, you know? But yeah, for me, I'm not very fond of the taste. My kids are not very fond of the taste. Chris will eat anything, so my husband doesn't care what it is. But it works. And Susan, do you take one tablet at night, or do you take two, or what do you do?
I take one tablet. I haven't tried two yet because I haven't felt that, you know, I'm happy with just taking the one and the results I've gotten from it. But yeah, just one.
Yes, that's so awesome.
It's got a little bit less than 5 milligrams, I believe, of melatonin.
Yes.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
4.2. You're correct.
Yeah.
And it has different mushrooms in it, which is kind of crazy. I had written that in the email. But to me, it does not taste mushroom-y. Is that a word? I don't know if that's a
Not
word.
at all. Yeah, absolutely. That's a word.
So anyway, and another one of our Young Living leaders, she has 6 kiddos. And she had given the testimony one time, a long time ago. She had divided it in quarters and had given a little quarter to her kiddos. She didn't know to give it to them after supper, so she had given it to them at the dinner table. She said their heads were on the table by the time they were done. Like they were conked out. So, and that was just a little, a fourth of the tablet. So anyway, I don't know. I really like them. I don't appreciate the taste of them, but I do like how they knock me out. I don't know. Does anybody
And make
have
you
any?
feel in the morning.
Yes, yes. You
Yes.
feel refreshed
Sorry.
in the morning. You don't feel groggy. That's what I love about that. Yes. Does anybody have any questions on Immupro? Okay, so if there's no questions on Immupro, I am gonna let Michael, do you have the Essentialzymes-4 real quick to show everybody what that looks like? Oh, unmute. There you go. Okay.
So this is the box.
Yes, so that's the box of Essentialzymes-4. So Essentialzymes-4 is for digestion. That was something that I wanted to put in the box for everybody, but they were out of stock at that time. So I was like, well.
And then they look like this. One is a green pill and the other one's a yellow pill. And you take both of them together.
Yes, you take both of them together. One gets digested in your stomach and one gets digested further down into your gut area, into your intestine. And so the neat thing with that is that is also something that is always out of stock. That's why I'm showing this to y'all. It's back in stock right now, and so is Immupro. Thank goodness gracious. So Essentialzymes-4 is enzymes. We all have enzymes in our digestive system. Whenever we eat something, we start producing different enzymes that'll help break down our food. As we get older, we produce less enzymes. And if we're stressed out, we produce less enzymes. So digestion is so important. Those Essentialzymes-4, I keep a sleeve with me in the purse, in our vehicles, in suitcases, everywhere we go, guys, everywhere we go. Because with 4 kiddos, someone always tends to have, you know, tummy ache or whatever, or if a stomach bug is going around, take those. If you're feeling bloated or diarrhea, constipation, acid reflux, all of that stuff is Essentialzymes-4. And Young Living does have other enzymes, but this one I think by far is our favorite. I don't know, Michael, I'm going to let you talk a little bit about Essentialzymes-4.
Yeah, I would say I really like this one too, especially since I also suffer from diverticulosis. So of course, any type of food, spicy, red sauce, of course, it affects me. And Diane had given me a sample to try one time, and that night I was actually having pizza. And normally when I eat pizza the next day, suffering, but not really anymore. I mean, I could eat spicy, I could eat red sauce, spaghetti. I mean, without a problem. The next day, I'm fine. So this definitely has helped me with dealing with that and eating foods that I like to eat, but of course I won't be suffering the next day.
Yes, we love
I think I
Essentialzymes.
missed,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I think I missed, Michael, do you take it before you're eating or
Oh
after?
no, I forgot. I didn't say that part.
Oh, okay.
So actually I take it after I finish eating.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay, thanks.
normally what I do is I take it after I eat.
Okay, great.
And-
Thank you.
And you can take it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I recommend just taking it once a day and take it with your biggest meal. So whichever meal is your biggest meal, that's what I recommend. I also recommend taking it to restaurants with you, because normally at restaurants we have bigger portions. We also did a jump start. Remember how I had said every other month we do a jump start? And this is optional again, but it's free for everybody in our Young Living family. And Essentialzymes-4 played a key role last time when we did the jump start. For me especially, I ended up losing 6 pounds within those 10 days. And I even ate one night at Paisanos for an award ceremony that my husband was having. Like, I had the cheesecake and the pastas and the salad and margaritas and everything, but I made sure I took my Essentialzymes-4 with me. And then there was another day during that same 10 days that I ate at Tasty Buffet, which is Asian food, a buffet place. I think I filled up on 3 different plates, but I made sure I took my Essentialzymes-4 with me. I feel like it's the enzymes that you can still kind of eat the things that you want to eat, kind of, you know, within reason, and still be able to digest that food and not feel blah afterwards. That's how I describe it. I don't know. So Cindy, do you want to talk about your experience with Essentialzymes-4?
Hold on. Okay, I'm back on. I got a call and it hung it up, disconnected for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, well, with the food that help, you know, when I feel like, oh, I want to eat this or that, and then you feel guilty. And so I'm like, okay, let me take it right after.
Yes.
And so I don't feel as guilty because it's kind of like I use it when I have my cheat days.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so anyway, and I know that's one of the products that goes out of stock too, and it's hard to, you know, get it back. So normally when I order it or when I see it in stock, I try to order, you know, 1 or 2 of those as well.
Me too. My last order I did
and I have them, yeah, and I keep them on stock, like in my purse or in the car, just for unexpected, you know, lunch, dinner, whatever. At least I don't feel as bad or as guilty when I do eat something I shouldn't have eaten.
Yes. And for us, there was like a tummy bug or something was going around our family. I don't know one of our oldest got it, our youngest got it. Chris's tummy wasn't feeling good. And for all of them, I was like, take Essentialzymes-4. And you can't overdose on them. They're just enzymes that will help to break up your food is what it is. But it also has the herbs in it like anise, fennel, peppermint, juniper, all the herbs that are great for digestion. So yes, Cindy, thank you so much for sharing that. And I don't know, Susan, have you tried Essentialzymes-4 or not yet?
I haven't tried them yet. I was going to order, but they were out of stock. And now
Yes.
that they're back in stock, I'll put it on my subscribe to save order this time.
Yes, they're fantastic.
I'm anxious to try it because we need it here in our small family.
Yes. And digestion is so important. Digestion is in charge of your immune system. It's in charge of your respiratory system, your sleep. There's so many different reasons why having a good gut is very important. And I think that's why Young Living, for the majority of our supplements, have to do with digestion. And like I said, I wanted to put this in the box, but it was out of stock at that time. So there was like no way for me to get it into the box, but this is like digestion. I always talk about that. And has anybody else experienced Essentialzymes-4, Chelsea or Sarah? If y'all want to chime in, y'all can. Or any of the other digestive supplements too. It doesn't have to be Essentialzymes-4. Okay, so Sarah said no. All right, so what questions do y'all have? Do y'all have any questions? I know it was a lot of information. We were trying to get it all packed into, 30 minutes, talking about Immupro and Essentialzymes-4. What questions do y'all have? Or Tracy, since you're new, do you have any questions for any of us?
Actually, no. However, both of those products is something I'm definitely interested in.
Yeah,
So
these,
thank you all for explaining exactly how it works. And I know Michael mentioned pizza. That's something I suffer from GERD. So
yeah,
I can't eat things like that. And if I do, I always opt for the Alfredo sauce.
yes.
So that will be something great that I will try.
Yes, we love it. Michael, you keep it on hand all the time?
Oh yeah, at least try to have 2 boxes. Yeah, because there was one time where it went out of stock and there was none, and I was trying to ask everybody across the world, and nobody was budging to help. But because it was limited, so everybody.
Yeah,
I think it was
everyone
out of
needs to,
stock for. Yeah, I think it was out of stock for like 4 months one time,
yes.
and so yeah, so now I at least try to have 2 boxes
Yes,
on hand.
and what's so funny is they weren't going to be back in stock until February, but then they were
Yeah.
able to make it back in stock, last week or the week before last, something like that. And we
Yeah,
were
because
all,
yeah,
Yeah,
I
so
saw they. Yeah, yeah,
so we kind of got smart, Diane. Now that we order like 2 or 3 at the time, we just add it to our order.
yes, yes, I hear you. And what's so funny is, well, I don't know if it's funny or not, but I have a subscribe to save order. My husband has a subscribe to save order, and Connor, our oldest, has a subscribe to save order because you can be 16 or over. So I have him an account. So on each account, I will like add Essentialzymes-4. That's one of the things I keep on there. Immupro, I'll keep on there. Ningxia with the whole COVID stuff going around. So anyway, like, I don't know. And like I had mentioned also, is the neat thing with subscribe to save is that you get points back. And we'll talk about that later too. You get points back for your purchases, and free oils also, depending on the different levels. And so anyway, but yeah, those two.
yeah,
Go ahead, Michael.
yeah. Another one I wanted to say about digestion that also helped me with my stomach issue is the digest oil.
Yes.
That's probably one of the easiest ways to help with digestion.
Do you have it in front of you? I don't have it in this with me.
I think I do. Let me look on my. Hold on. I have it on. I can get it real fast.
So Tracy, what he's talking about is a oil. It's a blend of different oils in one bottle, and it has like juniper, anise, fennel, peppermint, all those herbs that are great for digestion. And Michael, how do you use Digize?
So this is the bottle.
Yep, that's the bottle.
So I use it two ways. I use it and I make like a roller bottle and rub it on my tummy, or I put a few drops in a veggie capsule and take it. So those are the, I mean, I've seen benefits from both. There was a funny thing happened. We were out of vacation. I was with my cousin and she woke up in the middle of the night, like, my stomach is hurting. I'm like, and I had my Digest roller bottle. I'm like, what do you want? You want Essentialzymes-4, or do you want to take pills, or do you want to rub something on you? She was like, I don't know about pills. I'll rub something. Let me do the oil. So she rubbed it and we fell back to sleep or whatever because it happened in the middle of the night. And then she woke, she was like, oh my gosh, like my stomach pain is gone. Like my stomach is not hurting anymore. And yeah, she was like, you know what, I'm starting to be a believer of these oils now because of the peppermint too. When she had COVID, I told her about the peppermint in her tummy for the fever. And yeah, after that, she's like, yep, I think I'm a believer of these oils now because they seem to be working for me every time I ask you for something.
Yes, it's so awesome. Yes, and all you need is a little bit, right, Michael? You
Yeah,
don't need much at
yeah,
all.
just a few drops. But
Yeah.
yeah, that one was probably my first experience dealing with digestion, is taking that Digize, and that, like I said, just rolling the oil on my tummy helped me with that. So,
Yes, and
but I
that
mean, the
was,
Essentialzymes-4 is much better for me.
yeah, Essentialzymes-4 is easy to take also. And
Yeah.
Digize was my husband's wow oil. Like you're gonna find something like a product or an oil that's gonna be like, whoa. And that was my husband, was Digize. He was complaining of his tummy hurting. He always used to take Pepto. And so when he was complaining, I was like, okay, I'm going to give you this. So I put like 4 drops accidentally fell into like a cup of water. I gave it to him. He drank it within 2 minutes. His tummy was fine. And he looked at me and I was like, oh my gosh, like, I can't believe it. And I was like, yep, believe it, you know? And that was like months after I had started with my oils, and he just would leave me alone with me tinkering with my oils. And then he was like a believer. So, and since then he hasn't bought one bottle of Pepto. That's Digize. So it's very powerful. So let me see, Chelsea, I forgot to ask if Essentialzymes can be taken by children too. There is a children's chewable. It's called Mightyzyme. And that one is enzymes for kids. So one of our kids thinks it tastes like cotton candy. I don't taste cotton candy. So I don't know. If you want to try some, just let me know. I have some, Chelsea. And you know, that way they can taste it and see if they like it or not. But yes, that's specially formulated for kids. I think ages 2 to 12 or something like that. And then Chelsea also said, I've used Digize for my kids' tummy aches and my own when I thought I was having a gallbladder attack. Wow, I've seen results almost immediately. Yes, and that would be great. Yep, 2 and 5-year-olds can take Mightyzyme. So yes, yay. All right, do y'all have any? Yes, Susan. Susan, do you have any questions?
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine.
I'm anxious to try it though.
Yes, yes, we love that one. All right, are there any other questions, guys?
I do, Diane, it's Betty.
Yes, Betty.
Yesterday you mentioned that you use ninja for allergies? And I hadn't heard that before.
So we have used it before to help control allergies. We don't tend to have much allergy issues ourselves, but I have heard people talk about using Ningxia to help with allergies. So I don't know. We normally don't use it too much for allergies because we don't suffer from allergies. But you know, something else that you may have in your oil cabinet is a CBD. CBD does help with allergies, and Chris was the one that found that out. And it was almost immediately, like he had a runny nose, itchy, watery eyes. I don't know what was happening to him. And he took some CBD internally under his tongue, and like that, he was all cleared up. And I was like, whoa, that happened like right in front of our eyes. And different things, different, products affect different people differently too. So I have heard of Ningxia helping to control allergies though.
And then now you brought up CBD. Is there specific one for that one?
I'm trying to think which one it was. We've had all of them in our house before, and so I don't know which one it was. I can ask him and see if he remembers. That was like so long ago because we really don't suffer too much from allergies. Maybe
I just know now they have all those other bottles nowadays, so I wasn't sure.
They do. So there's a mint one, which probably would be great for that because for an allergy roller bottle, lavender, peppermint, and lemon oils are great for an allergy roller bottle. And so maybe the peppermint one, maybe the mint CBD. I don't know. Let me ask him and see if he remembers. He may not remember though, because this was a while back. But he just figured he would try it, and he tried it, and it was like almost immediately, which was crazy.
You said lavender, peppermint, and what else?
Lavender, peppermint, and lemon. If you wanted to put it in a roller bottle like this, you know what a roller bottle is, and you could do like 10 drops of each of those. And what I would do is I would make a synergy. In y'all's next email, y'all are gonna see me talk about a little bit about what a synergy is. So you combine the lavender, lemon, and peppermint drops, put that roller filament back on, leave it somewhere like out of the sunlight for at least 24 hours. Come back the next day and then add in your jojoba oil or your coconut oil or whatever oil you want to. I recommend jojoba oil just because it's the one that's least greasy and the one that's more like our skin. I don't like to feel greasy.
That's the out.
Do what? Oh. I think Susan's talking to her kitty. Okay, so
Sorry.
no, you're fine, Susan. Did that help, Betty?
Yes, thank you very much.
And then with allergy roller bottle, you just rub it, kind of like how you would do perfume. You could put it on your wrist like that. So yeah, perfect.
Or that one that you told me, Diane, that video of that. I know those 3 oils, but they actually rubbed it like this around there, like that, on this side and then this side. And I've done that, and it's actually helped my allergies clear like that.
I've seen that before. I've never done that, but I've seen that.
I've done, but let me explain on that. The peppermint oil is gonna burn, like you're gonna feel like a tingling, but I think it's actually helping to clear up whatever, because after that burning part from the peppermint, I feel so much better.
After you burn,
open everything up.
Yeah, like after that peppermint just like burns or whatever, it, like I said, I just feel like everything's opened up again and I'm cleared out. So
wow. Okay, so Michael, show us again how you rub it. Where do you roll it?
You just do one oil at a time. So I put first lemon, and then you just rub it from here, one side, go like this under. Don't get it too close to your eye because of that peppermint, is like I said, it gives like a sting sensation. So just basically like this, just rub it like this over your nose and like that. And then just do the opposite, the other side around here. rub it on your nose, and I just do one oil at a time. So first usually I do the peppermint last, but I'll do like the lemon first, the lavender, and then the peppermint. And then, like I said, you would feel that little stinging sensation. And like I said, within maybe 5 minutes or so, it just clears it all up for me.
Yes.
So then in that instance, you don't use the carrier oil, right?
Yeah, in that instance,
Okay.
you don't. You just
Okay,
rub the
cool.
oil directly on you.
Thank you.
Right. Yay. And then we have less than a minute. So Chelsea also said she uses it over her sinus area, around her temples, at the back of her neck, where she gets sinus tension. It provides quick relief. And she uses it on her husband and her 5-year-old. So there's going to be another sample box that we're going to do all about breathing, sinus infections, allergies, also in the future, in the spring. So anyway, so that's going to be coming up, but yay, that was awesome. And it's safe to use for the 2-year-old. Yes, peppermint is. I would dilute it though. And Chelsea, we can talk about that also.
And just don't, if it burns, do not put water.
Correct. Use coconut oil.
Yeah,
Any
do
oil.
not, because if you try to put, if kids say, oh, it's burning, don't put water, because it'll make the effect much more worse.
Yes.
So
yes.
use an oil to dilute that sensation if you
Yes.
feel like it's too much